success and failure. Young man, 2 ways are open before you in life. One points to degradation and want, the other to usefulness and wealth. In the old Grecian races, only one, by any possible means, could gain the prize, but in the momentous race of human life, there is no limiting of the prize to one. No one is debarred from competing, all may succeed, provided the right methods are followed. Life is not a lottery, its prizes are not distributed by chance. There can hardly be a greater folly, not to say presumption, than that of so many young men and women who, on setting out in life, conclude that it is no use to mark out for themselves a course and then set themselves with strenuous effort to attain some worthy end, who conclude, therefore, to commit themselves blindly to the current of circumstances. Is it anything surprising that those who aim at nothing accomplish nothing in life? No better result could reasonably be expected. 20 clerks in a store, 20 apprentices in a shipyard, 20 young men in a city or village. All want to get on in the world, most of them expect to succeed. One of the clerks will become a partner and make a fortune. One of the young men will find his calling and succeed. But what of the other 19? They will fail, and miserably fail, some of them. They expect to succeed, but they aim at nothing, content to live for the day only. Consequently, little effort is put forth, and they reap a reward accordingly. Luck! There is no luck about it. The thing is almost as certain as the rule of 3. The young man who will distance his competitors is he who will master his business, who lives within his income, saving his spare money, who preserves his reputation, who devotes his leisure hours to the acquisition of knowledge, and who cultivates a pleasing manner, thus gaining friends. We hear a great deal about luck. If a man succeeds finely in business, he is said to have good luck. He may have labored for years with this one object in view, bending every energy to attain it. He may have denied himself many things, and his seemingly sudden success may be the result of years of hard work, but the world looks in and says, he is lucky. Another man plunges into some hothouse scheme and loses. He is unlucky. Another man's nose is perpetually on the grindstone. He also has bad luck. No matter if he follows inclination rather than judgment, if he fails, as he might know he would, did he but exercise 1/2 the judgment he does possess, yet he is never willing to ascribe to failure to himself. He invariably ascribes it to bad luck, or blames someone else. Luck. There is no such factor in the race for success. Rufus Choate once said, "There is little in the theory of luck which will bring men success, but work guided by thought will remove mountains or tunnel them." Carlyle said, "Men know thy work, then do it." How often do we see the sign, "Gentlemen will not, others must not loaf in this room"? True, gentlemen never loaf, but labor. Fireflies shine only in motion. It is only the active who will be singled out to hold responsible positions. The fact that their ability is manifest is no sign that they are lucky. Thiers of France was once complimented thus: "It is marvelous, Mr. President, how you deliver long improvised speeches about which you have not had time to reflect." His reply was, "You are not paying me a compliment. It is criminal in a statesman to improvise speeches on public affairs. Those speeches I have been 50 years preparing." Daniel Webster's notable reply to Hayne was the result of years of study on the problem of state rights. Professor Maury once told the following story. A few years ago, a young man went into a cotton factory and spent a year in the cardroom. He then devoted another year to learn how to spin, still another how to weave. He boarded with a weaver and was often asking questions. Of course, he picked up all kinds of knowledge. He was educating himself in a good school and was destined to graduate high in class. He became superintendent of a small mill at $1,500 a year. One of the large mills in Fall River was running behindhand. Instead of making money, the corporation was losing. They needed a first-class man to manage the mill and applied to a gentleman in Boston well acquainted with the leading men engaged in the manufacture of cotton. He told them he knew of a young man who would suit them, but they would have to pay him a large salary. What salary will he require? I cannot tell, but I think you will have to pay him $6,000 a year. That is a large sum. We have never paid so much. No, probably not, and you have never had a competent man. The condition of your mill and the story you have told me today show the result. I do not think he would go for less, but I will advise him to accept if you offer him that salary. The salary was offered, the man accepted, and he saved nearly 40% of the cost of making the goods the first year. Soon he had a call from one of the largest companies in New England at a salary of $10,000 per year. He had been with this company but 1 year when he was offered another place at $15,000 per year. Now some will say, well, he was lucky, this gentleman was a friend who helped him to a fat place. My dear reader, with such we have little patience. It is evident that this young man was determined to succeed from the first. He mastered his business, taking time and going thorough. When once the business was mastered, his light began to shine. Possibly the gentleman helped him to a higher salary than he might have accepted, but it is also evident that his ability was manifest. The gentleman knew whereof he spoke. The old proverb that circumstances make men is simply a wolf in wool. Whether a man is conditioned high or low, in the city or on the farm, if he will, he will. They can who think they can. Wishes fail, but wills prevail. Labor is luck. It is better to make our descendants proud of us than to be proud of our ancestry. There is hardly a conceivable obstacle to success that some of our successful men have not overcome. What man has done, man can do. Strong men have wills, weak ones, wishes. In the contest, wills prevail. Some writers would make men sticks carried whither the tide takes them. We have seen that biography vetoes this theory. Will makes circumstances instead of being ruled by them. Alexander Stevens, with a dwarf's body, did a giant's work. With a broken scythe in the race, he overmatched those with fine mowing machines. Willpower, directed by a mind that was often replenished, accomplished the desired result. Anyone can drift. It takes pluck to stem an unfavorable current. A man fails and lays it to circumstances. The fact too frequently is that he swallowed luxuries beyond his means. A gentleman asked a child who made him. The answer was, "God made me so long," measuring the length of a baby, "and I growed the rest." The mistake of the little deist in leaving out the God of his growth illustrates a conviction. We are what we make ourselves. Garfield once said, "If the power to do hard work is not talent, it is the best possible substitute for it." Things don't turn up in this world until someone turns them up. A pound of pluck is worth a ton of luck. Luck is a false light. You may follow it to ruin, but never to success. If a man has ability which is reinforced by energy, the fact is manifest, and he will not lack opportunities. The fortunes of mankind depend so much upon themselves that it is entirely legitimate to inquire by what means each may make or mar his own happiness, may achieve success, or bring upon himself the sufferings of failure. End of section 86.